Hello everyone, I'm writing some music for a theatrical version of Peter Pan at the moment. I'll put the flyer up here so you can come along and see it if you're around. I am currently nearly at the end of the score. We're about 3 days before the first day of rehearsal and I haven't finished it yet. So if I look a little bit nervous, it's because I am. Anyway, what do I need to do? Okay, so the script calls for a cue that the director is calling the flight home. So it's Wendy and Peter Pan flying back over the rooftops of London, having had their big adventure. It's their time to come home and all of that. So in Act 1, this is Act 2 obviously, in Act 1 I did write some music that accompanied their flying off, and I did consider just using the same bit of music again, but that felt a little bit lazy, so I thought it was I thought we should write something new for this really. And that's what I'm going to attempt to do. So we need to move quite quickly on this. It needs to refer to the original flying music, obviously, so that it all connects and makes sense. I've got a version of that, or I've got the finished version of that here as an audio file, which I was going to play you and myself. This is my kind of reference point, really. It goes like this. Okay, so we hear how that goes. It's obviously in 6/8 time, that compound feel helps to give us a sense of movement and momentum. The tune you could hear on the glockenspiel, playing it on the glockenspiel, playing it on a celeste as well, gives us that feeling of magic in the air, and we've got some high strings there which also giving that kind of sense of air and height, and quite a strong bass actually, which somehow conjures up this feeling of height as well, because we are more aware of where the kind of bottom of the music is, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I think I know what I mean. Anyway, so it needs to relate to that. However, that one was quite minor and went down. I want something that's a little bit more uplifting, so let's stick to the A minor as our starting point. We need to, I want to go upwards. A G, it's too soft. Yeah. Okay, kind of like that. So A minor, C. So suspend a second. There. Let's use that idea. It's not. Yeah, I like that. So we're starting with a major, but with a suspended second. Yeah, I think that works. And then we can put that original tune back over the top maybe. Will it fit? Okay, it won't quite fit, but that's okay, because I really quite like that. Let's stick with that and we'll worry about the tune bit in a minute. You can see my screen. I've used the same template across all of this project. The overall sound is quite traditional. This is a family show, you know, obviously it's needs to be quite traditional, so I've gone for kind of a normal sort of orchestra and some added percussion and some added electronics as well. Actually, I've got a little guitar and bass guitar there and stuff, and piano. I feel most at home composing on piano, probably because I'm a pianist first and foremost. That was silly. Let's move this to 6/8. I have got here lined up the Hans Zimmer piano, actually, from Spitfire. It's nice. It's not my favourite piano, actually, but I've put some extra reverb and stuff on this one. It just gives a slightly more kind of ethereal kind of sound. So let's get that in. That's the first job, I think. Tempo 165. I think that roughly matches the tempo of the original flying music. Okay, let's give this a go. One. That will be enough. It's just going to play them in flying in, and then it needs to descend into some underscores, so we need to allow room for that underneath some dialogue, that was a bit shoddily played. There's a slight lag because of the screen capture, I think. Does that work? That looks okay. Let's see if that works. No, it doesn't. Right. 1, 2. Quantize, do your thing. That looks much better. Little slip there. Let's get rid of that. Okay, that looks okay. That looks okay. Right. Let's pull that back to bar 2. Yeah, let's put some bass guitar onto that to give it some depth. Doesn't need to be very complicated at all. I think I'm just gonna maybe boom, boom. Yeah, let's go with that. Right, here we go. Way too busy. It just needs to be much simpler. Let's just try that again. Cool. Okay, that's cool. Like it. Just going to quantize everything really strongly to begin with. I can always ease it off later. There was one weird dodgy note that I heard in the piano. That was there, so got rid of that. That's good. I think that works. Alright, yeah, that's nice. What else? I've used harp quite a lot in the score. Again, it just gives this feeling of magical, whatever. I'm playing this in its speed, which is probably a silly idea. I could actually slow it down, and then I'll probably be a little bit more accurate. Let's do that, and then we can speed it back up later. 110, let's try that. How does that sound? Whoa, way too slow. It needs to have some kind of feeling of musicality about it. Let's... yeah, I think just doubling the piano actually will be fine. This is, what harp have I got? It's probably Spitfire. Oh, it flashed up into Spitting. There it is. Yes, Spitfire harp. It's a nice sound. It's a nice sound. Let's add that in as well. Okay, cool. Looks like a mess. There is a lag because of the screen capture. That's better. That's good. I went up at the end on the third time around just to vary the orchestration and texture a little bit. I think that works quite nicely. It gives us a sense of rising still that we're after. That's cool. It's kind of missing something. Okay, that's cool. We talked about putting that tune in from the original Flying music. I think that would be a good idea. But it just won't fit. Maybe just those first two notes. A bit of a clash. That'll work. Just the first two notes, just to reference that original track. So, Glockenspiel. Let's try that. That's okay. I kept that harp going there just as a little transition into whatever I'm going to do next, just to gradually let the momentum ease away, so there's not an abrupt change into whatever's going to happen next. Let's get the Celeste in there with the Glockenspiel as well. It's nice. I think that should do the same thing. Let's try. Yep, quite like that. It's a bit more positive because of the major chord there, which is what we want. They're flying home, they have been victorious, but it's also reflective with that sus2 feeling in there. It has that kind of feel of reflection, doesn't it? It's nice. We need a bit more magic though, and there's nothing better for that than a mark tree. I've got one somewhere. Where's my mark tree gone? Also, Spitfire. Just it's very hard to control this one. Just a little bit of that in the background I think would be really nice to give it some twinkle. Cool. So like before, we need some high strings, maybe even, I've got tremolo strings. Which can just kind of fade in and out. I think that would work. Almost a little bit randomly. Okay, well, let's add that in. It just gives this sense of height, doesn't it? Right, let's get that in as well. Using the mob wheel there just to control the dynamics of it. That works quite nicely. That'll do. What are we missing? I think we're nearly there. I'm quite pleased with that actually. Even though I do say so myself. I wonder if the guitar is just kind of missing a bit of something in the middle. Is that too cheesy? Just not. Maybe not doing too much. Perhaps just accentuating that last every time it lifts. Get the right note, it would help. What guitar is that? I can hear everyone asking. It's a really really basic guitar from the complete, what's it called? You know, the complete everything pack. The factory selection, the Contact factory selection, which comes with complete. It's great. Okay, right. Let's add that in. I think that's going to work. Let's try. Missed it. My computer's crackling a little bit. I think it's just the screen capture thing slowing everything down. That's okay. I think it just needs to do something else at the end. Something, I don't know. And I missed one. I'm really sorry if you're hearing those crackles. It's overloading my computer. It's usually fine. I'm pushing the computer quite hard. I've got so many different things loaded up here. It's usually fine, but it's obviously the screen capture stuff is slowing us down a little bit. But okay, that worked. I like it. Even though I say so myself, I think we're nearly there. It could do with some cymbal rolls. A cymbal roll left over there from something else. I've accidentally left that there from something else. I'm going to use that. It is just a bit too long. That's okay. I think it's that one that we need. A little bit later so that it's leading us in. That'll do. Sorry, let's put one there as well. Okay, 3 cymbal rolls, is that enough? They're a bit loud, I'll turn them down. Needs to be there. Okay, we're nearly there. Then what we're going to do, it doesn't need very much at all, because then the dialogue will start, and we don't want to do too much to get in the way of that. We are flying over the the streets of London. There are several things that are referenced in the script, including Big Ben. Now there's an opportunity there. What says London more than Big Ben? I don't know. I have actually in my... Yes, here it is. As luck would have it. You can see that I was looking it up earlier. I've actually got a recording of Big Ben here, which I think we're going to... Let's see if this works. This may be a really silly idea. Let's make a new audio track. And drag this in somewhere. Oh. It's going to be ridiculously loud, probably. That's what we need, but much, much softer. And a little bit later. Let's put some reverb on that. I've got all sorts of different reverbs lined up here. That will do. I think that will do. Are we there? I hope so. I've moved really, really quickly because time is not on my side, and I know this isn't the most imaginative bit of writing ever, but it kind of does the job, and hopefully that's the right kind of length that they need. They'll tell me if not, and I can cut one of those repeats out maybe, but hopefully that'll work. I think that'll do. We could do with a fade in. Yeah. And no, sorry, why did I do that? A nice long fade out. So that'll be playing when they say, "I can see Big Ben." You can actually hear it as well. It should be cool. Okay, I think that's it. I'm going to tidy this up now. I'm going to do a little bit of mixing with it, but not an awful lot else. And I will play you the finished result, and let me know what you think. I know it's not the most imaginative bit of writing ever, but it kind of does the job. It gives us that sense of momentum, of flying through the air, and I think that guitar kind of makes it, actually. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more of this kind of thing, please subscribe to my channel, and if you'd like to use this music for your production, you are more than welcome. Get in touch with me and we can work out an agreement. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll leave you now with the finished article, so we'll cut to that. Thanks very much. Bye.